Hey, I'm Shy Fox, and today we're going to be talking about hashtags that you're using on Instagram and how to choose better ones and why the ones you're using right now probably suck. This is going to matter because if you want to get more eyes, more engagement on your posts, then choosing good hashtags is critical. If you're not sure that hashtags are that important, let me show you just how important they can be. In this example from my Instagram post that I made, it had 15,400 people that it reached. And of that 15,400, 14,400 were found through hashtags. That many of the people that it reached came to the post through hashtags. That's crazy. And I got tons of followers from this post. Digital art is my niche. It's the thing that I do with my Instagram account here. Doesn't matter if you're in a different niche, you can still apply the information that I'm about to show you. If you're gonna get people interested in you and take you seriously, having a credible Instagram account behind you is so important. Like and subscribe if you want to. You have free will. You can choose. Do it if you want. Look, it's another interrupting kitty. I'm trying to record a video. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Hugs, cuddles. That's what you came for, right? That's why you came. Maybe not. He's just here to touch my lights. I've got 6 tips for you for using Instagram hashtags. Number 1, why the best hashtags aren't the best. When you Google search best hashtags to use on Instagram, do you know what comes up? The most popular hashtags on Instagram, which means you're getting the ones that people are constantly using, and that if you use it, you're gonna fall off that feed in like seconds. What's unfortunate is that it's really misleading to, go on Google and search most popular hashtags and find things like hashtag workout. Okay, let's actually look at hashtag workout. Okay, so workout. Okay, so we got our top posts, that's awesome. But under recent, where you would come up if you posted under this, we've got new posts. That dog is, what does that got to do with workout? He's got McDonald's. Why is it coming up again? Okay, but you see my point. Just constant posts, seconds apart, multiple per second. Like this hashtag, if you look at the top, 152 million posts. If you post on this, okay, first of all, you're gonna get overshadowed by dogs with McDonald's posts, and nobody's gonna find you. This hashtag is almost useless unless you can somehow get on the top posts. But even then, that's gonna be temporary. You're gonna get pushed off because it's such a competitive hashtag. Okay, let's just get this out of the way really fast as well. You need to use all 30 hashtags. No ifs, ands, or buts. Use them all. You can space them down. You can see how I've done it and whatever. But you need to use them all. Each hashtag is another opportunity for people to come find you, okay? So to waste any or not use any is a bad decision. You need to use them all, okay? All of them? Yeah? It doesn't seem to matter in my research. It doesn't matter if you put it in the description or in a comment. I personally like to hide it in my description. I'll just put dots and space it down so it's separate. If you want to do the lazy route, so not the way you've been doing it, where you're just randomly putting hashtags that make sense, would be to go to other creators, other people in your same niche, seeing what the successful ones are using for their hashtags and copying them. You can just use the same hashtags. Arguably, they're using them because they think they're good. The only downside to that is you're potentially going to be copying hashtags from other people who also don't really know much about choosing good hashtags, so that is your risk. So arguably, after this video, you'll at least be able to sense whether it's a good hashtag or not, but that would be the lazier way to go. Just copy what other people in your same niche are doing. It's not an awful way to go. You can do it, but I'm actually going to give you a much more in-depth look at how to analyze each hashtag and know if it's good or not. Number 2, hashtag size. Well, we already saw that hashtag workout has 152 million people using it, so that's a bad one. We want ones that are smaller than that, but there are more specific guidelines I can give you because there are also ones that are too small and inactive. I will say though that some of these 1 million plus hashtags can have their uses and you can make exceptions to use some of them if it's that specific to what you're posting. It's okay for you to have like a couple of million plus hashtags in your group, but honestly, you don't want very many. They're not as good. I would advise using about 5 to 10 hashtags in the 50K to 500K hashtag realm. Those are your medium-sized hashtags, and they are pretty good. You're much more likely to be seen under a hashtag like this, especially under recent posts where you're not there for seconds. You're going to be there for much longer because people aren't like constantly using that hashtag. I recommend using 10 to 20 hashtags in the 10K to 50K range. You'll definitely stay on the feed longer for a slightly smaller hashtag, but probably less likely to be seen. Less people will be searching that exact hashtag, and that's why the actual words you choose for the hashtag are matter. You have to consider if people are going to look it up. Whereas the 50K to 500K hashtag group, you're more likely to be seen, but it's going to be there for a shorter period of time. So it's a bit of a trade-off. How long do you want to stay in the recent posts versus how much more likely people are going to actually search that hashtag? But that is why the research is important, because there are hashtags that aren't getting huge amounts of posts but have a dedicated community to that hashtag that you're going to want to find so that you can reach out to that audience that is looking for your content. And that's why in our research, if we're looking for new ones, we're going to see what other creators are using on their posts and check them out and see if we should also be using those. So yeah, we can lazy method, just copy the hashtags from other creators, but we can also do our research on those ones and decide if they're good, as well as researching the ones we're currently using and seeing if they're good to use. Something else you can consider is using a couple of your own hashtags, assuming you've made some up. Maybe you have some community-based hashtags. I wouldn't make it up for no reason, like you would need a purpose for that hashtag. If you have a purpose, that's great. And you would also need to let your community or your followers know that you're using this hashtag for this purpose so that you can encourage them to use it too. So using your own hashtag may have its own purpose, and that can vary. So that's another thing to consider. Now, I highly recommend, if we're going to do this right, that you take the time to make a spreadsheet to analyze your hashtags. So let's take a look at some of the old hashtags that I was using on some of my art. So here's my spreadsheet. We've got some color codedness on the legend section. So that dark red means no. Don't use tags that are over 1 million unless, like the odd exception, if you feel it's necessary. The 500K above is kind of terrible because those are getting big too, so I put those in the light red. Good would be between 50 to 500K. We should be using like 5 to 10 of those. Green section here is that 1K to 10K. That's fine. That's good. Good / ideal. If you can get in that 10 to 50K range, yeah, that's pretty ideal. We don't want all of them to be in that range. We do want a little bit of variety, but those ones are going to be your winners. Less than 1,000 hashtags means the hashtag is pretty well not being used. So we have things like, let's say, cute. Cute. You could imagine that would be a hashtag people would use for everything. It has 544 million uses, which is more than our hashtag workout, by the way. So this is a terrible, arguably a no, don't use it hashtag. Assuming you're fine with dropping off the feed, it's no exposure. You're gonna get nothing out of that. So this is one of those hashtags I've stopped using. Goodbye hashtag. We don't like you. You're not helping me. Here's my speed paint hashtag down here. 580K. You know, that's not bad. It's not even over 1 million. And that's one of the reasons I'm like, hey, this hashtag is still decent. I kept some of the good ones that I was personally using. Cute art style. Great. I'm going to keep using that. So it is one that I used. And I went and I started thinking of new ones, like literally thinking, what would people maybe use that's not in the millions or over 500K? And also went to other creators to see like what kinds of tags they were using. Okay, now we're actually going to look at my spreadsheet showing tags that I went and researched. These are the tags that I thought of out of my head, like, hey, I think maybe these will be good tags, and whether they were good or not. I just put the data for here. Some of them proved not to be, but a lot of these were good. I think I just left out the ones that weren't good. And I also went to other creators in the same niche to see like what tags they're using. Cute artwork. Okay, well that one seems good. It's got 85K. That's in the orange realm. The medium size, good, between 50 and 500K. So that's what I'm now using. All these other ones I'm now using, cute illustration, like that's fine. So now my current hashtags that I'm using are really based on more or less all the good ones I found here going forward that are in the like safe zones of not falling off the feed too fast or an inactive hashtag, as well as using some of the older ones that were still good. You can take time yourself to make a spreadsheet. Look at your current ones you're using, make note of these ones are good, these ones are bad, stop using them, and also start looking at some of the new ones you haven't even considered, ones you might think of, and ones that other creators in your same niche are using. Number 3, relevancy and quality of a hashtag. So with relevancy, you don't want to be using hashtags that have nothing to do with, or arguably nothing to do with, your post. If you use a hashtag just because it's like the right size or something and you post it, people who scroll by it are gonna be like, this doesn't belong here. It's kind of like I was given the eyebrow at, why is there a dog with McDonald's? Is this supposed to be some kind of irony under the hashtag workout? Like, that's not what I came here for. So people aren't going to, unless it's a puppy with McDonald's, people aren't going to like it. They're gonna arguably pass over it. It's not what they came to the hashtag for. All you need to do is go to the hashtag, click on it, and check the top posts for that hashtag and say, can I see my post in here? Does it fit in? I'll give you an example of one that I looked at that didn't fit in. There was a hashtag that was foxes of Instagram. That sounds great. Foxes of Instagram. My name is Shy Fox. I draw a lot of foxes. Maybe I should go and use foxes of Instagram. The problem with it is if you go to it, it's all the top posts are just photos, like actual photography of foxes. So putting an artwork there, especially cute, cartoony, like it doesn't really fit in. Maybe if it was like a hyper realistic drawing, that'd be fine. That could arguably fit in, but something like the art style that I'm doing, that hashtag doesn't really work for my post, even though it's a good size tag. That would be like if I used hashtag beauty for one of my artworks and use that hashtag. Everyone's gonna skim it. I mean, it's gonna be a huge hashtag, but everyone's gonna skim it because it has nothing to do with what people are expecting, which is gonna be like female beauty makeup, stuff like that. Let me give you some good examples of hashtags I've used on some of my posts. So here we are, my Instagram. You can follow me if you want, shyfox.art on Instagram. Let's say this one here. Oh, look, it's an artwork I made, an original artwork. And the hashtag chibi art. It's super relevant, so it's like a cute style art, and chibi often refers to like the anime style, like people think and relate it to that. So this really works, this fits. So here's our hashtag chibi artist. Oh, it's in the 33K post range. That's awesome. That's in our ideal hashtag zone, really. We're scrolling and we're looking like, oh yeah, there's a cute little animal. Like my post would fit in here. Yeah, my post would totally fit in here. Yeah, that makes sense. So if you can see your stuff fitting in, making sense, then that's another way to judge whether the hashtag is a good fit for your post, for your content. Another good example I have for you, I posted this just the other day. It's cute little Dragonite. Dragon art was a tag. I'm not using it on the rest of my posts, but I did come up with this tag specifically for this one. So I think it's important to make sure you're using tags that are specific to your post as well, because I'm not always drawing the exact same things or posting the same stuff. So if you can add in a couple that are more specific, this is a really good one. Dragon art. I can definitely see my art fitting in here. So to sum that up, we need to decide, is our hashtag we're choosing relevant, and will our post fit in with the top posts of that hashtag? So keep in mind that the relevancy of hashtags changes over time. Some hashtags are great for a while and then they kind of taper off and they're not as good. So making sure that your tags are being used and are active, you can see how long ago people have been posting under that hashtag. You just go to recent posts, and if people are posting every number of minutes, it's got to be a, an active tag still, or every couple hours or whatever it is, you decide by looking at it. But we don't want to be making a bunch of posts on a tag nobody's looking at anymore. Number 4, a hashtag's audience. If you notice that people around you are following certain hashtags, it's a great idea for you to take note of that and say, hey, these people I'm following and friends with or whatever are following these hashtags. That's a great maybe hashtag for me to be using if people are following it. You can actually go to a hashtag and look at it and see if anyone's following it that you know. So if you go to a hashtag, it'll say followed by and then their name to see that, oh, people I know are actually following this tag. That's a good sign that it's a hashtag people are interested in. Now, just after looking at it myself, it looks like it only displays one name at a time. So it'll show you only one person to give the hashtag, I guess, credibility to say like, oh, somebody's that you know is following this hashtag, but in general, it's a good sign. You're not always going to be able to win. With every hashtag, you're not going to be like, oh, this hashtag is perfect. You're probably going to struggle to be like, I'm having trouble finding 30 good hashtags and not even like 30 perfect hashtags, but you're going to pick different ones for different reasons. And one of those reasons you might pick it is because you feel like people you know are looking at that hashtag, are following that hashtag. Number 5, repetitive hashtags. One thing we know about Instagram is that it doesn't like when we do the same behaviors. So actually, if you're using the same group of hashtags on every single one of your posts, like repeatedly, it assumes that your stuff is kind of spam. So what can we take away from that? Mix up your hashtags. Don't repeat them one after the other. Mix them up. At least mix up the order. I'm not sure if mixing up the order versus using new ones matters. I play it safe. I bring in new ones. Plus, I have new ones all the time. If it's a dragon art, can need a dragon, some dragon tags anyway. We can't be repetitive with our actions. We don't repeatedly comment the same things. We talked about this a little bit in the last video, didn't we? But we don't do repetitive behaviors because Instagram thinks it's spam, it's bots, whatever. It's gonna ban you. Number 6, banned hashtags. Ooh, this part's interesting. Okay, so don't use banned hashtags. Well, what are the banned hashtags? What's a banned hashtag? For whatever reason, Instagram has chosen to ban various hashtags. Some should be common sense. Bad words and inappropriate topics are just banned. But there are some odd hashtags, some odd ones you would never even think of that are banned. If you use a banned hashtag, your post might lose all opportunity to be viewed. It'll actually cancel out the other hashtags you've used, so they just don't count anymore because it's assuming your content is something that would be bannable. By using a banned hashtag, you're kind of just screwing over your post. So essentially, being aware of some of the hashtags is really important. Like I said, there's going to be some obvious ones we don't want to use, but there are some odd ones, and I'm going to give you a bunch of them. And I'm also going to put a link in the description of all of them that are up to date, and it gets updated. So all of the hashtags you don't want to use that are kind of on the I wouldn't expect this list. So here are some of them. Hashtag alone, hashtag boho, bikini body, costumes, date, Easter, iPhoneography, kissing. I hope these words aren't banned on YouTube. Models, nasty, saltwater. Saltwater? What? Okay then. Shower, elevator, desk. Guys, desk. Those of you using hashtag desk for your PC setups and your game setups, you need to stop. It's a banned hashtag. So these aren't all of them. Again, the link I put in my description will have the rest of them, but you can use your imagination as to how you think these became banned. But note that these banned hashtags may also be temporary. Some hashtags are permanently banned and some are just temporary, but my advice would be if it's been banned ever, maybe just don't use it at all. Saltwater. So we definitely want to avoid using these in order to not stop our posts from being seen by people. One way to do a quick check if a hashtag is banned or not is by searching for it. So if you're like, I don't know if treehouse, that was really random, treehouse is a banned hashtag, you just hashtag type it in, and if it says there's nothing to be seen under that hashtag, you know it's banned. If you see stuff, then you're good to go. If you haven't seen my other video talking about 13 tips on how to gain more followers on Instagram, how to actually reach out to real fans, how to get eyes on your work, just tips that are going to help you make your Instagram better and grow it in an organic, genuine way, then be sure to go over to this video that I made. I made it. Yes, I did. Hey, by the way, I'm a Twitch streamer. I stream live on Twitch. I stream art and I chat with people. Twitch.tv/shyfox if you want to come hang out with me and chat with me in real time. Okay, and I have my schedule over there too, so you can know when I'm gonna be live. Yay! And check out my other stuff in my description and my other social medias. Alright, cool. I'm bad at ending streams, but this is much worse. If you feel this video has added value to your whole life, then, you know, like, subscribe, and all that good stuff, and leave comments. Maybe I missed something. Fill in the gaps. Did I miss anything? Tell me. What are your favorite band hashtags? I don't know. Tell me. I will respond to all the comments, so thank you guys very much for watching, and I hope to see you in another video sometime. Have a good day. Bye.